since the year 1776. Eric Brown, ONN News.
And I'm Dave James on the Ohio News Network.
Live and local conversation for the Ohio Valley continues shortly, here on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Toyotathon is on, making now the best time to reserve one of the all-new additions to the 22 Toyota lineup, like the first ever Corolla Cross, with available all-wheel drive and more space and efficiency than ever, or the all-new redesigned Tundra with uncompromising full-size power. Visit your Toyota dealer today or go online to buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. But hurry, Toyotathon ends January 3rd. Toyota, let's go places.
Washington County's largest gun show is back on Saturday and Sunday, January 8th and 9th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Washington County Fairgrounds. Admission is only $7, and kids under 12 get in free with an adult. Everyone is welcome. They offer free appraisals and great prices on all types of firearms, modern, military, and antique. Oh, by the way, they also have a great assortment of knives. They have over 450 tables with cash buyers on site for your used guns. Visit arhsportshop.com or give them a call at 724-948-3571. Once again, that's 724-948-3571 for more information. The Washington County Gun Show, presented by ARH Sports Shop, January 8th and 9th.
Save big money now at Menards. Keep your home's temperature comfortable year-round while saving energy with a new Honeywell Home Thermostat. The Honeywell Home Wi-Fi T5 programmable thermostat lets you sync your comfort to your schedule with its 7-day programming, easily controlled with your smartphone or tablet. This fantastic thermostat is available for only $119. Plus, give the perfect gift with the Menards gift card.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
A serious injury from an accident can be just the start of your worries. What if you cannot return to work? How do you take care of your family if you're disabled? At Gelner Law Offices, we represent seriously injured people and understand their problem. We know how to get you fair compensation. We will work hard to make sure you get the money you deserve for your losses. Don't go it alone. If you're hurt in an accident, call us at 304-242-2900 or visit us at gelnerlaw.com.
We'd like to help.
Highland Sports Complex is the coolest destination for sports and entertainment the Ohio Valley has ever seen. Pop in for some open basketball in our field house or reserve some turf time for your next practice or game on our synthetic fields. Online registration is open for development classes and leagues for youth and adults. Highland Sports is also the hottest destination for birthday parties and other events. So come challenge yourself on our play climb and enjoy your favorite virtual reality game in the arcade. No memberships required, so visit highlandsports.com to find your next entertainment experience and get ready to reach new heights.
From the Watchdog, here is your local weather forecast for your start to the work week. Sunny, high of 50. Tonight, mostly clear, low of 30. And for your Tuesday, expect sunny conditions with a high of 50. And that's your local weather forecast from the Watchdog.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
Welcome back, gang. Welcome back.
Oh, no. Not this again.
Yes, this again.
And what exactly is this?
Exactly what is this?
This is a Monday.
Monday. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
I need a pep talk.
We could use the pep talk right now.
Monday. That's a pep talk?
It's the best I got. Best one I got.
Guess that means we should get back to work.
It's showtime.
On air, online, on demand, and on video. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Sticking around freezing everywhere. 32 at the airport, 32 at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling, 32 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling. In the heart of the Ohio Valley, nice and sunny outside right now. Going to be that way all day. Sunshine, blue skies. High around 50. Not bad. Light breeze during the day today. Tomorrow, pretty much the same, maybe a few more clouds, 53 or so. Work our way up till we get to 60 or so come Thursday, then drop down a bit later in the week. All in all, not a bad week is in store for us at all. What are we working on and where have we been this morning? Devastation from the tornadoes in the south is a big story. ABC News is bringing us perspective on that. A planned power outage this weekend in Wheeling caused consternation and some controversy. We have been talking about it, and we got old friend Bob all riled up about it earlier this morning. Wheeling and Ohio County officials and community leaders tonight talk about ways to cooperate more between the city and the county. Mayor Elliott was by offering his thoughts on that. We also talked about the Play School, the 1400 block of Wheeling and downtown Wheeling and elsewhere. And I'll have that up on our podcast page by afternoon today if you want to catch it, if you didn't catch the interview. Senator Manchin continues in the spotlight. Charleston Gazette story says Manchin made money off a decision that he lobbied for that will cost ratepayers money because the companies involved say that they really didn't need the help they got. We'll tell you about that coming up. Pittsburgh Post-Gazette claims that Manchin supported the buyout of a U.S. steel mill by a company that's owned by a man who's accused of foreign money laundering. And Manchin's stand on the Build Back Better bill still creating some controversy. Columnist Phil Kabler is wondering if Governor Justice is personally benefiting from the baby dog contest. Tell you about that coming up in just a minute. Mental health concerns are not limited to WVU. We've been hearing a lot of talk about that from students at the Big U. But Metro News talked to a counselor from Marshall University who said they've got mental health issues growing dramatically as well. We'll hear a bit of what she told Brad McElhenney. Plus, Christmas burnout. And is it okay to buy your spouse a household item for Christmas, something that they can use to work around the house, a vacuum or an iron? I'm concerned. My wife, I think, needs an iron, but if I buy her that, is that too pedestrian? Does that send the wrong message? Betty sent a message on our Facebook Live page, and Betty said, well, give her the iron, but buy her some jewelry too. Probably not a bad idea. Probably not a bad idea. Split the difference if you need to. That's actually a good idea. Your thoughts on that at 304-214-1600. 304-214-1600. Feel free to text me. Is it okay to buy your spouse a working gift, a household item gift? You know, Christmas, we tend to think of, Christmassy gifts, but, sometimes you just need things around the house, right? So is it okay to do that? Let me know. Off the text line, hey, I saw Nancy buying you your gift. A grave marker at Chris at Kepner's. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What are you saying? Is that why she buys me sausage, gravy, and biscuits every day? She used to say, honey, I don't think you should have that. It's bad for your health. Now every day, here, have some sausage, gravy, and biscuits. Did you really see her buy me a grave marker? Text me 304-214-1600, 304-214-1600. Happy to hear from you. Mayor Elliott, when we talked to him last hour, Biff, he made a comment about, we're getting all of this work done now, downtown Wheeling. There's so much happening downtown, very positive stuff going on. I want to repeat that. There's a lot of good stuff happening. But the streets, oh, God help us, the streets are just a disaster. I said you could actually sell tickets and call it a roller coaster. Up and down, up and down. Boom, 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 boom. You hit the bumps. And then it's kind of like a game of Frogger or something, Biff, because, left lane closed, right lane closed, left lane closed, right lane closed, right lane, left lane. I mean, geez, oh, geez. Watch out for the hole in the ground. I mean, it's just...
You name it, we're dodging it.
Yeah. So the mayor made a point. He said, well, but we're doing this stuff now so we won't have to do it again. I don't know if you all saw a picture in the newspaper over the weekend, the Intelligencer News Register Sunday edition on Saturday, whatever it is, a picture of some work being done downtown. And here's just the text of the picture. The process of replacing water lines through downtown Wheeling is not a quick one. Progress comes in stages, and sometimes the work needs done more than once. They put two pictures here. In the upper photo, workers replace an area of water line in March near the corner of 16th and Main Street. In the bottom photo, workers at 16th and Main Street working on that section again. Biff, this is my great fear about this multi-million-dollar streetscape project. The state's gonna come in. What's the total figure on that? 18 million or something? I forget what it's gotten up to. The state's gonna come in and put all this money in. The city's gonna put up its share, and they're gonna pave the streets and do some streetscaping and adjust the height for handicapped folks, and I think trees. I mean, they're gonna make a really beautiful streetscape downtown. That's why the streets haven't been fixed, because the city says, well, we want to get all this underground work done now. And again, Main and Market Street have been torn up for years, Biff, right? I mean, a couple of years, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're just a mess. And again, I grin and I bear it and I suffer it. I talk about it. I complain about it on the radio, but I know that the plan is for it to get better. So hopefully it'll get better. But here's my fear. This picture in the paper is my real fear. In March, they worked on the water lines at 16th and Main. They dug big holes and they went down in deep in March. And last week they were back there digging the holes again. I have this great fear that we're going to see the streetscape is done, the beautiful work is there, it's going to be a great smooth highway, it's going to be wonderful, new stoplights, pedestrian bump outs, remember we talked about that, still going to be one way because the mayor's two-way idea didn't work, but still going to be one, but it's just going to be so nice. And it's going to be nice for about, I don't know, what do you think, 3 weeks, Biff?
Probably.
And then they're going to say, we got a water line break. We're going to dig up the road. I hope it doesn't happen, but I do point out, picture in the paper this weekend, March, they were doing it at 16th and Main Street, did it all, finished up, back again in December. All right, 9:19 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Something on your mind, 304-232-8255, 304-214-1600 is the text line. Coming up in a minute, is Jim Justice personally benefiting from the baby dog business? I'll talk to you about that. Also, a couple of mansion stories I want to get into. A couple of quick tidbits off our community calendar. We'll talk to Pastor Cummings tomorrow here on the show. But it is going to be the Christmas food basket and toy giveaway that Pastor Cummings and the Bethlehem Apostolic Temple do every year will be this Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Dream Center in North Wheeling. We'll talk to the pastor about the details of it tomorrow, but set that for this Saturday, Christmas food basket and toy giveaway. I'm assuming it's a drive-through again. I do not know that for sure, so we'll talk to the pastor about that tomorrow. And also, this coming weekend on Saturday in the evening, it's Christmas on the Avenue in Moundsville from 1 to 8 p.m., 5th and Jefferson Avenue. There will be pictures with Santa Claus and some arts and craft and making ornaments and decorating sugar cookies. There will be a holiday hay ride, horse and carriage rides, lighting of the city Christmas tree, hot chocolate will be there, food trucks will be on hand. Should be a real fun, old-fashioned downtown Christmas. Christmas on the Avenue, December 18th. That's this Saturday, 5 to 8 p.m. in Moundsville. So a couple of items for you off the community calendar. All right, coming up next, is Big Jim making money off a baby dog? Phil Kabler says, you think about this and it could be true. And I'll tell you what he's suggesting. Coming up next here on the Watchdog Morning Show.
You know,
Ready to reach new heights.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
With the new law, more people qualify for financial assistance at healthcare.gov. Real customers like Taylor.
You know, I wish people knew how easy it was to get health coverage. This new law has made it so affordable. I'm only paying $52 a month, but there are quality plans for even less.
New law, lower prices, more people qualify. Enroll by December 15th at healthcare.gov.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Getting a live Christmas tree to plant after the holidays? Well, here are some tips. In the house, keep it away from heat sources that could wake it up out of dormancy. You don't want that. Dig your hole now before the ground freezes. Or if you plan to wait till spring, you need to protect roots from extreme cold with mulch or straw. And move it from the warm house to an unheated area like a garage temporarily to make the transition outside more gentle. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Ohio chapter of the International Society of Arboriculture at treesforohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
Expand your tool set with professional power tools and accessories from Menards. We have over 100 Metabo tools and accessories in stock. Metabo HPT represents the gold standard in power tools and accessories. When the job site demands the best, turn to Metabo HPT power tools and accessories. Buy a Metabo HPT starter kit at $179.99 and get a power tool free. Sale price is good through December 24th. Plus, give the perfect gift with a Menards gift card.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
New Belgium Fat Tire Amber Ale is now available in West Virginia and distributed locally by wine and beverage merchants. With its toasty and biscuit-like malt flavors blended perfectly with hoppy freshness. Local retailers, please don't drink and drive and drink responsibly. From your friends at Wine and Beverage Merchants.
Toyotathon is on, making now the best time to reserve one of the all-new additions to the 22 Toyota lineup, like the first ever Corolla Cross, with available all-wheel drive and more space and efficiency than ever, or the all-new redesigned Tundra with uncompromising full-size power. Visit your Toyota dealer today or go online to buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. But hurry, Toyotathon ends January 3rd. Toyota, let's go places.
Keep up with the ever-changing world of sports all night long. Sports Map Radio is on the Watchdog, FM 98.1, AM 1600.
Watch out! He could climb on his soapbox at any time. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
Do you see what I see? A star, dancing in the night, with a tail as big as a kite, with a tail as big as a kite.
9:25, 32 degrees, Monday morning here on the Watchdog. Hey, he's back. Hoppy Kirchwell back from his vacation. He was off all last week, and today Hoppy is back. Among his guests will be Chris Steyerwalt. They'll be talking about Joe Manchin. I've got some Manchin stories I want to get to in this next half hour. But Manchin will be the topic with Steyerwalt coming up today. Following the Hoppy will be following the story of the tornadoes down in the south as well. COVID update from General Jim Hoyer with Hoppy today on Statewide Talk Line. And Brad Howe on the Pat McAfee deal. So all of that's coming up. Statewide Talk Line, Kirchwell is back. Where he belongs, in his in the big chair, filling in on Statewide Talk Line. That begins at 10:06. Biff, I don't think we've ever seen. Have we ever seen an opinion poll on Baby Dog in West Virginia? What her popularity, what the dog's popularity is, or am I forgetting that?
I don't remember seeing one or hearing of one, but I don't know.
I don't either. My guess would be that Baby Dog may well be more popular than Governor Justice, and for reasons I don't understand, Governor Justice is one of the most popular governors in the country. I mean, Baby Dog has become a big deal. I know a lot of firm, committed Democrats who don't like justice, don't like what he stands for, think he's doing wrong, but they all want to meet Baby Dog. I've had people say to me, if you know whenever Baby Dog's going to come to town, please let me know. I want to go and pet Baby Dog. I want to get a picture with Baby Dog. And these are people that don't agree with justice at all. Baby Dog is just very popular. Now, Phil Kabler, in his State House Beat column over the weekend, calls attention to something I didn't know about, and that is that at the Greenbrier, Biff, they're opening up the Baby Dog Boutique, an upscale pet accessory shop at the Greenbrier.
Oh, my. I mean, does it surprise you?
Not one bit.
I mean, really? I mean, no.
And you know, and I know, again, because I'm guessing Baby Dog is as popular as the governor, if not more so. So people would love, if they're going to the Greenbrier and they got pets, they're going to say, oh, I would love to get my little Fifi something from the Baby Dog Boutique. So you know it's going to be a success. According to the shop's website, quote, the boutique is named for West Virginia's first dog, Baby Dog, the beloved bulldog of Governor Jim Justice and First Lady Kathy Justice. Baby Dog has become a celebrity since arriving on the scene and now has her own shop at the Greenbrier named for her. Okay, so Baby Dog has a boutique at the Greenbrier. The Greenbrier, I'm positive, is going to make money off of that. I guarantee you at the Greenbrier, you know, they're not selling leashes 2 for $1. You know what I'm saying, Biff?
Yeah, I get you.
They're going to be expensive pet accessories. In fact, it's called an upscale pet accessory shop. So Phil Kabler posits this question. Is the governor now making money off of Baby Dog? And if so, isn't that an ethics violation? Because he's using Baby Dog. He has chosen to use Baby Dog as the face, the face of his vaccine contests. It is the governor's decision to make Baby Dog a popular figure in the state by putting him up front on the contest, by taking him around the state when he flies around the state and gives out prizes and so on. The governor has made Baby Dog into a celebrity, and now the governor's business in the Greenbrier is going to make money off of Baby Dog's popularity. Kabler asked the question, and I think it's a very legitimate one. Isn't that an ethics violation? Isn't he making personal money off of his public work with Baby Dog? You know, Baby Dog is kind of the money launderer, I guess, or something. I don't know how to phrase it, but I think it's a great question Kabler asked. Read the State House Beat column if you want to in the Charleston Gazette this weekend. But I again, connect the dots. The governor makes Baby Dog very, very popular, makes him the face of the vaccination contest, brings him to press conferences all the time, takes him around the state whenever there is one of the giveaways, you know, giving the big prizes to people. Baby Dog is there, makes people kiss Baby Dog. Now, would you like to kiss Baby Dog? Oh, not really, but I guess if you can give me a truck, I will. So the governor makes Baby Dog popular, makes him lovable and likable and very well known, and then the governor sells Baby Dog things at his personal business, the Greenbrier, for high prices. I think Phil raises a good question. I think there is distinctly the possibility of an ethics violation there. Just something to keep in your head, something to think about. I'm sure nobody will deal with it. Nobody will pick it up. The Ethics Commission probably will just let it slide. The governor would say, wow, Baby Dog is just an important part of our state, and she's so lovable. And, you know, Baby Dog is his great distraction. Governor, it seems like your businesses are in trouble, but look at Baby Dog. Look at her face. I mean, man has got the built-in distraction, which is one thing to have a distraction. It's something else when the distraction ends up making you money. Just something to think about. All right, it's 9:30 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. I've got a couple of mansion stories I want to get to, and you have to wonder what in the world goes through people's mind. A Catholic leader in Italy, Biff, I got to be careful how I phrase this. A Catholic leader in Italy, from his, I don't know if it was a pulpit exactly, but in his official capacity, explained to children that a certain lovable character we know this time of year, do you understand what I'm talking about, Biff?
Oh, yeah.
The Catholic bishop told kids this certain lovable character doesn't exist. What in the world is going through their minds? I'll tell you the story coming up next on the Watchdog Morning Show. But first, some headlines for you from Metro News, and Billy's got the morning sports update.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Carrie Hudasek. State health officials expect
Biff, do you have that cut from the Marshall University lady for me? Okay, I think I'll use that in this. I'm going to do the Bishop story first, then I'll do some statewide news, including that one. Thank you.
and businesses with access to a full kitchen facility.
Targeting food insecurity, educating youth and adults about food preparation and processing, and just a million other possibilities that are available here.
Through a grant, Healthy Kids will make about 80 meals a day for preschool children in Monongalia and Marion counties. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Carrie Hudasek.
Well, the AFC North standings got very, very interesting Sunday. And who was watching everything that unfolded? The idle 6-6-1 Steelers. They watched the Bengals lose to the 49ers in overtime, 26-23. This is Cincinnati quarterback Joe Burrow.
In that second half, we started to figure it out a little bit, and we were able to throw the ball more so in the second half. So just weren't able to pull it out.
How about the Cleveland Browns? They defeated the Baltimore Ravens, 24-22. This is Cleveland quarterback Baker Mayfield.
The point is to win a football game. If you have more points than the other team, you've accomplished your goal.
Baltimore suffered yet another tough loss. This is head coach John Harbaugh, who talked about losing his star quarterback Lamar Jackson due to an ankle injury in the second quarter.
Lamar has an ankle sprain, so we'll look at it more tomorrow and see where we're at.
And then there's that oldie but goodie, Tom Brady. He threw a career touchdown pass number 700 in leading the Buccaneers to a 33-27 overtime win over the struggling Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, we had a crosser called, and they kind of, jumped Mike going across the field and left BP back there, and they just kind of picked him up out of the corner of my eye and got it to him, and he made a great catch and runs.
Sunday night, Aaron Rodgers, yes, he owns the Bears. He threw 4 touchdowns as the Packers outscored Chicago 45-30.
Man, I'm not really thinking about that right now. I'm devoting all my energy and focus to the season, and I don't know. I don't think it's my last against the Bears.
Needless to say, not a whole lot of defense in that game. Rodgers owns the Bears. In 28 games, he is 23-5. Are you kidding me? Tonight, the Rams visit the Cardinals. The Pittsburgh Penguins in action Tuesday night when they host Montreal. And a hockey note involving the Nailers, they lost to Cincinnati Sunday by the score of 4-1. I'm Bill DeFabio on sports, and we are the Watchdog.
The Watchdog Network wants you to take time for yourself and your family this season and enjoy some of the events around our valley. Once again, some of your favorite Strand Theater performers are joining together for an evening of holiday music and cheer. The Strand Theater Christmas Cabaret will take place December 17th at 7 p.m. Sit back and relax to a slew of holiday selections, classic and new.
Give the gift of connection with Apple products from Best Buy.
Pressure from Washington liberals. Biden and Pelosi are intent on forcing West Virginians to pay for abortion on demand, even up to the moment of birth, when babies can feel excruciating pain. Call Senator Joe Manchin at 202-224-3954 and tell Manchin to keep standing strong. Stop their reckless spending and don't force West Virginians to pay for abortions. Paid for by Susan B. Anthony List.
Metro News Hotline with Dave Weekley.
With Landau. I'm still looking for that one-on-one basketball game between you and me and see what happens.
Hey,
I post you up, I take your lunch money.
He said he'll take your lunch money.
All day long, Landau.
Do you hear this? Make sure this game happens.
Metro News Hotline with Dave Weekley. Weekday afternoons from 3 till 6 on this Metro News station.
From our family to yours, season's greetings.
This is Bob, and I want to wish everybody a happy, healthy, and blessed Christmas and New Year's.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays from the Watchdog. AM 1600 WKKX and AM 1370 WVLY.
Conversation you care about from people you know. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
Dave Weekley was encouraging you to listen to his show this afternoon and every weekday afternoon from 3 to 5 here on the Watchdog. And I want to remind you, you get all your afternoon news. Dave and Coop and the gang will have some fun, and they talk about sports, and they talk about movies. And let's see, I think today is movie day, food day today on Monday, too. They talk about movies and food and all kinds of good stuff on the statewide hotline with Dave Weekley. Also, all of your Ohio Valley news from WTRF TV, your local weather every 10 minutes or so. We have your ONN News, Ohio News, and West Virginia Metro News, and the local sports. That's all part of Dave Weekley's afternoon drive from 3 to 5, and of course TV7 News from 5 to 6 o'clock, an hour-long newscast, local news 5 to 5:30, statewide news 5:30 until 6. So head home every afternoon fully informed with all the news and information you need, news, sports, weather, national, local, regional, and a lot of fun with Dave and the gang. It's 9:41, 19 to the hour, just roaming right around freezing. Let me just double check the temperature real quick, see if it's gone up any. It has, 35 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 35 at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, and still looking at 32 degrees here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling and at the Robinson Auto Group studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. We started the show off this morning talking about a planned power outage that was scheduled yesterday in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling. It did not happen. I'm assuming the plans were scotched because there were a lot of power outages because of the high winds on Saturday. But the plan was from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. for power to be out for most of the Elm Grove neighborhood. People who were directly affected would have received phone calls on their home phone, although a number of people pointed out, including our buddy Bob earlier, that when their caller ID came up, it said spam call. They didn't answer it. And there was no public announcement. Wheeling City Manager Bob Herron put out a press release over the weekend saying that the city was disappointed in the scheduled outage because of the timing of it and the fact that there was lack of coordination or notice. The power outage was to help the power company relocate power lines in preparation for work to the Hump Bridge there, the Stone Bridge in Elm Grove. Now that work is not scheduled to begin till the spring, but they need to get the lines redone right now. Herron said the city understands the work needs done, but he's concerned that very little notice is given for the outage. The folks at AEP have said that they don't make these things public because of safety concerns. And some of you pointed out that, banks don't want the public to know that maybe their security systems are down, and I get that. On the other hand, I think one of the things the city manager was concerned about was stoplights will be out. There are a couple of really critical intersections in Elm Grove with no stoplights. It's every man for himself. Heck, it's every man for himself at some of those stoplights anyways. So with lack of proper notification, city couldn't make proper planning for better traffic control. I think that's a smart move. I think it was a bad move on AEP's part, and I think the city manager was absolutely right in expressing his outrage and frustration. And I don't understand this whole concept of secrecy. And again, whether you were or were not involved, you weren't sure if you didn't get the phone call or answer the phone call. Got to be a better way to do this. So the media was never notified. You didn't hear it on the radio or television or newspaper because we didn't know. And I think that's a mistake. On the question of power outage, by the way, a recent poll asked the question, what's the longest period of time if you think you could go without power in your home? What's the longest period of time you could go without power in your home?
Oh, I don't know, probably a day.
Most popular answer was 1 to 5 hours. 17% said they could handle that. 10% said they could do 6 to 10 hours. 9% agreed with you. They could go 1 day without power without it being a huge problem. 8% said 2 days. Another 8% said, doesn't make any difference for me, I got a generator. Okay, bless your heart, good for you. So those folks said, I could do more than a week. 7% said they couldn't make it even an hour. And 5% said they can't go without power for any length of time. This power outage that was planned for yesterday did not occur, but that was planned would have been 10 hours. 10 hours without power in the winter. Now, it wasn't freezing cold yesterday, but 10 hours without power in the winter, that could be a problem for people. And again, 10 hours without traffic lights or traffic control is a problem too. I'm with the city manager. This whole thing was done very poorly, and better coordination is needed. And I get that there's concern about, the bad guys knowing the power is going to be out, but I think you get to weigh the bad guys knowing it against the good guys knowing it, and that's us, and I think we ought to know it. So just sharing that with you again. 9:45, quarter till the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. We always talk about the sacred and secular seasons of Christmas time. And I am one who believes, as a lay preacher, I believe that it's perfectly okay to have the Santa season. I don't have any problem with it. I revel in Santa Claus and the elves and the lights and the trees and Frosty. All of that is great. I also believe, of course, the reason for the season, for those of us who are Christians, is the birth of Christ. And that's where we put our emphasis as well. But I don't think one is exclusive of the other. I'm not one of these ones who says, oh, my God, we can't be having so much Christmas and Santa Claus because... I don't think that's the case. And I think if you consider Santa Claus not just as the person, but as the image, and we talked with Yvette visiting about this a few weeks ago, you know, there's a Santa spirit that's out there. Santa Claus represents a spirit of giving and love and so on, which suggests to me that whether you're in the Christian community or not, embracing the concept of Santa makes a certain amount of sense. If for no other reason than all children should be happy thinking about Santa Claus. Which is why I am thoroughly stunned. Now, this was in Italy, not around here, but a Roman Catholic bishop in Italy, Bishop Antonio Stagliano, said that that a certain mythical figure that we talk about this time of year was not real and doesn't exist. In fact, he said it was all created by the Coca-Cola company. You gotta be kidding me. And he said this, and kids were around. The diocese in Sicily has had to apologize. Oh no, we didn't mean that. No, we're sorry. We did, and this guy was talking to a group of children. You know, it's one thing, Biff, I try and dance around it here on the radio because I know some kids listen, but most of our audience, 98% probably, are adults, right? Still, I'm very careful of the kids. But this guy was talking to a group of kids. You know, it was all created by Coca-Cola. Does a guy not like Coke or what? I mean, it's just, I don't get it. So the Diocese of Sicily said, first of all, on behalf of the bishop, I express our sorrow for this declaration and want to specify Monsignor Stagliano didn't quite mean what he said. So, God, what would prompt in all the world? I mean, I guess I know what prompted this. It's got to be a bishop who looks like this, you know. To tell you, we don't believe in Santa. We don't want to. Elves are no elves. What's wrong with you? I'm sure it's a guy like that. I don't know, but that's probably the kind of guy he is, right? Can't open his mind up to the reality of what the Santa season means and how it jives perfectly, in my mind, with the Christmas season. I'm going to actually preach about that a little bit this week in Dillonvale, how the two can come together. Actually, I think the Santa season, the secular season, helps to enhance the sacred season. Let's be honest about it. For better or ill, more people, you know, Biff, you'll see more people at Mass on Christmas Eve or during the season than you normally do, right?
Yeah, and I mean, that's, you know, we got to figure out what Mass, you know, we're going to go to. So, yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, we're actually trying to figure that out this year as well, because we're going to have a Christmas Eve gathering in our house, and we're trying to figure out, normally go to what in my church we call our family event, which is around 7 o'clock at church, but I don't think that's going to coordinate with the schedules of the kids, so we may end up going to the 11 o'clock. I used to always go to 11 o'clock. We don't have Mass in my church, but I used to always go to the 11 o'clock Christmas Eve service. There's something special about that. I never understood what it was until I never understood why Christmas Eve at 11 o'clock made sense. But someone said to me, it's because you enter on Christmas Eve and you exit on Christmas Day. It's like you make that transition through the manger. It's an interesting concept. So, but like you, Biff, we haven't quite figured out what service we're actually going to attend. But there's always more people in churches during the season of year than there otherwise, and I think that's because the secular season gets people thinking about the sacred season. So I think it's perfectly okay to have one or the other. I think it's perfectly okay. Again, I preached this past Sunday in Barnesville on how the hustle and bustle can sometimes create so much pressure on us that it squeezes out the joy that we can get from the season. But I think the secular season is perfectly compatible with the sacred season if you just keep the proper perspective. And I do not, for the life of me, understand this bishop in Italy. I just don't get it. All right, it's 9 before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Hoppy is back today at 10:06 after his vacation. Bob Westphal is with us right now from the Big 7. Good morning, Bob.
Morning, Howard. How was your weekend?
It was fairly quiet, pleasant, nothing exciting, but it was okay.
Yeah,
Watch the winds blow and the rain come down on Saturday.
Yeah, my Christmas decorations look like something from Apocalypse Now on Sunday morning. So
Yeah, we had to deflate Santa on Saturday. You know, we have a big inflatable Santa and a couple other inflatables. We had to deflate them because I had this vision of opening my door and seeing Santa blowing down the street. You know.
right. Yeah, I only have one inflatable Christmas decoration, but it was like, yeah, we're not even gonna think about that one because it blows around enough. It sits on the back deck, and it blows around enough on a normal day. I can't imagine with 30-mile-an-hour winds. So, my neighbors probably don't want to pick this up out of their yard, so we'll just leave it that way.
We do have some decorations sort of hanging on the side, right outside our door. A couple of wooden, little frosty just hanging on the side of the house and so on.
Right.
And it was like, I mean, man, during that storm, bang, 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 he was banging on the door. I thought somebody was knocking on my door.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It was Frosty. Yeah, it was Frosty.
Did you let him in?
Sure. I said, come on in, Frosty.
No, he's gonna melt.
I know, you're right. I forgot about that. But my grandson Teddy pointed that out to me.
Okay.
We actually watched Frosty last night. Teddy's got such a big heart. And we all know the story. He's seen the story. He knows the story. But when Frosty goes into that nursery, he says, Granddad, I don't like to watch this part. I don't like to watch this part when Frosty melts. Daddy, you know he's going to come back alive again. I know, but I don't want to watch him melt. So,
right.
Children are so sensitive. What are you working on today, Bob?
All right, a couple things. Going to follow up with our sister stations on that horrific weather system that blew through, as we alluded to. We got high winds, nothing compared with the Kentucky, Tennessee, and the South Central people saw over the week.
Unbelievable.
Some good things coming out of it. It looks like the Amazon warehouse, they've actually accounted for a lot more people than they thought they would. So apparently some people had actually left before the storm had hit. So there's that one. But Aaron's up there right now watching our weather. It's certainly calmed down. Zach will be in this evening. So just kind of keeping an eye on that.
The death toll, as you mentioned, I think it was primarily from that Amazon warehouse where they were expecting a higher death toll.
Right.
The death toll has actually been revised downward. I think, as of yesterday, they were saying maybe 100 or more. I could be wrong. You probably have info in front of you, but I think they've revised that downward now, which is a good thing.
Yes, they mentioned it this morning on the news that they've accounted for a lot more people from the warehouse on site and actually at home. So they must have left before the storm actually hit. So that's some good news right there. So we'll continue to follow that. Our sister stations across the south and southeast will be updating on that one. Closer to home, we got 2 people arrested Saturday. Jefferson County Drug Task Force just sent out the release. Charles Thompson and Christopher Price, Steubenville and Wintersville, busted with some methamphetamine. Situation, I guess, was a drug interdiction, so we're going to follow up on that. We'll see what they have to say about that one. So drug raids continue through the holidays, so we'll have that. Got a sad story out of Denison. We've got a murder-suicide, actually a double murder-suicide out of Denison. Got a few details in on that. Apparently, a woman was shot, and the victim's husband and father were killed. So we're still getting details on that. Our sister station, WJW, is there now, so we'll have that update hopefully for noon, but certainly for 5 or 6. So we've got that. Some rough news to start the week. A couple lighter things where you get some holiday travel trips from Bill Bryson. He's always helpful when it comes to that kind of stuff at Uniglobe. So we'll get you some ideas if you're heading out on some flights and stuff like that with so many mandates and masks and not masks and vaccines. We'll try and whittle that down for him as well. And West Liberty University has had a professor that's been named Professor of the Year. DK is up there right now. We're going to have that interview later today. I'm not going to announce the gentleman's name until...
oh, come on. I want to know.
Well, you should have got the press release.
Oh, well, maybe I did. I check on
okay. But anyway, DK is up there right now. We're going to interview him and the university president. How exciting it is for a local institution to have something like that. Just says a lot for a lot of the hard work a lot of people do in this area. Sports kind of quiet. Steelers were off this weekend. They played Thursday. Well, they showed up Thursday, and my Seahawks did everything they could to try and lose to the Texans, but they pulled victory from the jaws of defeat. Got Penguins, things like that. So we'll be following up sports. So a little bit of news, weather, sports, a little bit of everything today on the Big Seven.
All right, sounds good. We'll check it out on the air at noon, 5, 6, 10, 11, 5:30, the statewide show with Mark and the gang. And then, of course, always on the award-winning website, WTRF.com, where those push notifications are great. A couple of the stories you just mentioned, I had just gotten alerts from on my phone a moment or two ago. Just popped up on my phone telling me about the Jefferson County arrests and so on. People, if you want to stay on top of the news, if you want to be right there when we know, when the news knows, you know, if you have the WTF TV7 app, and also the Storm Tracker 7 app is a good way to keep track of things like the days when we had Saturday and the rain was coming through, when's it going to come through, and all that stuff. Both those apps are it's a must for everybody.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I can't impress upon people enough that push notifications, whether it's traffic or weather or something like that, to know what's going on is huge. Literally keeps you safe.
Yep, absolutely. All right, Bob, I appreciate it. Good talking to you. We'll do it again tomorrow. Thanks a lot.
All right, guys. Talk to you tomorrow.
Bob Westfall from the Big 7, WTRF TV, here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Hoppy is back. He's coming up next on Statewide Talk Line with a variety of subjects, including Chris Steyerwalt talking about Joe Manchin, latest on the tornadoes, more COVID information for you. And let's see, Chris Wallace is leaving Fox News and is going to go to CNN. What's that all about? Bob Thompson from the Center for Television and Popular Culture will be on with Hoppy to talk about that, and Brad Howe about WVU. So a lot of good stuff coming up. But I guess it's time for me to say sayonara, see you, bye-bye, farewell. I got to go. I got to get out of here. Kurt Chevrolet does have the calm coming up next. Good Lord willing, creeks don't rise, bat phone doesn't ring. Don't get impeached. Don't retire. Ticker keeps on ticking, and most importantly, Teddy says it's okay. You can go back to work tomorrow, Granddad. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, another go-round of this big gig. Are you back with me, Biff?
I am here for a Tuesday.
You know, I think we should just keep on going until we get it right.
That could be a long time.
Indeed, it could.
Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
From ABC.
Okay, Biffy. I overscheduled stuff today, but that's okay. Might hold that mental health thing for tomorrow. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to actually have Brad come on tomorrow, so he and I may talk about it ourselves. But you might hold that and hold that news service story for one more day. If I don't use it tomorrow, I'll just get rid of it. And we got a busy day though tomorrow. I got. Now if I think about it, I won't have Brad. I've got, what the heck have I got tomorrow? Oh, no, I'm curious. I can't remember. I got a full day. I know that. Oh, Squiddy of course. Pastor Cummings. That's what I was thinking about. He'll be in at 8:40. 9:15. And then another Build Back Better story at 8:40. So we're going to be very busy tomorrow. So I guess that's good, huh? All right, and we always have time for the dumb stuff, because the dumb stuff is what people remember, believe it or not. All right, I'll be around. I don't think I'm coming down today. We did not get the work done over the weekend. Turned out Omni needs to do some work ahead of time before we can put those new boxes in that we bought. So with the transmitters, so I'm going to put that off for a couple weeks till Omni gets their work done. So as far as I know, I'll just be home all day. If you need me for anything, give me a call. Okay, what is it? Do you know? Okay. Okay. Friday, you said? Okay. Okay, that's good. We'll do that. I'll look up the info on it. It's called Christmas in the Valley at the Capitol. Okay. I'll look up some info so I know what we're talking about. We'll give them away. That sounds good. I like to give some things away this time of year. Okay, works for me. We'll make that work. Okay, that sounds good. I realized this morning I forgot to send you the updated versions of those PSAs. I'll try to remember to do that, the ones that have music with them. And I sent you those Metro News spots. We're going to have to start carrying Metro News because they're actually wondering why we're not carrying their spots. And we don't carry them in the newscast, so we're going to have to run them outside. I haven't quite figured out how we're going to do that yet, but I can get the spots. I just don't know how to schedule them yet, so just hold on to those ones I sent you until we figure something out. And if you need me, give me a call. I'll be around. All right. Thanks for your help as always, and I will talk to you in the morning. All right. All right. Bye.
Get a booster. Currently, across England, only around 10 people are hospitalized with Omicron. So far, only one person is known to have died of it here. Tom Rivers, ABC News, London.
At least 2 people are missing after a ship collision off the coast of Sweden. Here's ABC's Ines de la Quatera at the foreign desk.
Danish and Swedish authorities saying 2 freight ships collided in the Baltic Sea off southern Sweden, with at least 2 people reported missing. One of the vessels capsized. It will be salvaged by the Swedish Coast Guard and taken to Sweden as some of its oil has started to flow into the water. The cause of the collision isn't yet clear. Ines de la Quatera, ABC News, at the foreign desk.
7 people are now dead in Sicily after a gas leak sparked an explosion. It happened in the town of Ravenuzza. Several homes collapsed, but the explosion damaged homes even blocks away. Officials reportedly digging with their bare hands to search for survivors, and they were able to rescue 2 elderly women. This is ABC News.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet, the faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
Sherry Preston, ABC News.
This is MSN, the Mountaineers Sports Network.
A 3, call the Star City Fire Department.
Catch all the action.
Another steal, takes it to the bucket, slam, dunk.
All season long.
He rainbowed in a 3-pointer, takes the ball toward the basket, pulls up for a jumper in the wind, it is no good. West Virginia wins it.
On your home for Mountaineer basketball.
From the Watchdog, here is your local weather forecast for your start to the work week. Sunny, high of 50. Tonight, mostly clear, low of 30. And for your Tuesday, expect sunny conditions with a high of 50. And that's your local weather forecast from the Watchdog.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
Good morning. Welcome to Talk Line on the Metro News Radio Network.
Do not attempt to change the station. You are surrounded. We interrupt this program to bring you an emergency news bulletin. Repeat, this is an emergency bulletin. Keep your radio turned on.
Holy smoke.
From the studios of the West Virginia Radio Corporation and the Metro News Radio Network, the voice of West Virginia, comes the most powerful radio show in West Virginia. This is Metro News Talk Live with Hoppy Kercheval.
Check set lineup link. Activated Telos telephone. Switch network control from Charleston to Morgantown.
Stand by. Cue Hoppy. You're on.
Metro News Talk Line with Hoppy Kercheval is